There's some little refinements in Brett Rypien's game that I really enjoy. We're going to watch this. Here's a 34-yard touchdown pass from the pitch to catch. Goes up the right sideline, just over the head of the trailing defender. And you probably noticed it right here. Take a look at that little shoulder and head fake with Rypien just before the break. Right there. See that little nod there? Freezes any defender that's maybe looking back at Rypien instead of following his receiver. And I think that's what happens here with the defender. Probably up top. We don't get a chance to see it from this angle, but we see the receiver get late separation. But it also gives a chance to freeze the rest of the defense maybe so that they slow down a step in any type of pursuit, potentially. Now, that doesn't happen in this particular play. But you can see there's a little bit of that double move going on with the receiver. See that little nod? And you can see up top, at the very top of the border of the screen, the receiver has dropped his weight a little bit to set up a first break. And that defender may have been a little bit more patient. But I see the defender actually, if you watch it closely enough, the defender kind of stops his feet right here and actually turns his feet back towards the quarterback, which tells you that that little shoulder nod and head fake did its job. Here's that ability to manipulate again. Watch this. You get the pump fake to the left after he sees that blitz pre-snap. Little pump fake there, turn back to the middle. Quick, efficient throw to the backside. Player crossing over the middle on the over route against zone. This is smooth, and he fits it over number 22 as well. Watch how he fits it over 22. Very nice throw. That composure to his game also shows up under pressure. Take a look at this play to the single right receiver running the double move, kind of the post corner here, though it's really more of an out. So it's kind of a nod to the inside, then back, curled back to the out. Reasonably good drop. Here comes the pressure coming from the inside of the edge blocker. He fires that ball right into it and takes a hit to the chest. And it's a pinpoint pass. And let's also note that this is 3rd and 15. Well done. Here's a nice pre-snap read by Rypien because you're looking at 3 defenders to the left, 1 to the right. So you got 4 there, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our 11th defender is outside the right hash near the right numbers. So when you're deep safety, the deepest player on the field is shaded this far to the right, well, who do you target? Well, you've got a defender playing outside shade here, receiver playing inside of that. He just works up that seam. Should be open, right? Well, you're going to see that. 3 steps, looking all the way to it. Sees that it's open right here, lets it go. 34 yards, pitch to catch. Touchdown. Here's another nice play by Brett Rypien under center. You can get a 5-step drop off a nice play action pass. Good extension, little punch there. Get the head down a little bit. Finish that 5-step drop. His feet are in good position. He's able to really decelerate well out of that drop after driving the first few steps. 44-yard pass from pitch to catch, pinpoint on the post. Really like the drop movement. Let's talk about that a little bit. You're going to have the drive phase of the drop. First 3 steps really fast. Then the final 2 are slowing down so that he can be in a position to throw. Short little hitch. Nice delivery. I really like the crisp sense of timing that I see in Rypien's game. You're going to watch this here. This is going to be A 3-step drop, looking to his left, coming back to the middle and finding that route, breaking across the middle with number 8, 24 yards downfield. Excuse me, not 24, 18 yards downfield. Still a nice intermediate throw, considering that the pressure is really converging on him right about here. But he's getting this ball off in really good amount of time. That clock looks pretty good in terms of what he's doing. 3-step drop, looking to his right. Doesn't like what he sees probably from the pre-snap. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Shifts over to the right and with a lot of control, but quick and efficient. Gets the ball off well before he's hit. So pre-snap, there's a defender. Over top, outside, that leverage. He doesn't like when he sees that, so he's coming back over to the middle here. Let it rip. Here's that timing manifesting well in a 3-read situation. You're going to see right off the bat, first read, looking to the left, outside, single receiver here. See the 2 defenders playing inside here. Doesn't like what he sees there. So now he's going to go upfield and look to 85, crossing over to the left flat. And he sees that that defender is in the way. And as soon as he reads that, watch how quickly he pivots and fires to the space left behind that tight end, because he knows if the tight end's working here and he's got a receiver working behind that, that's going to come open most likely. Comes over, turns, sees the flash, ball's out. Good job. This is a sweet play on 3rd and 3. Watch him handle this slot receiver to the right. See what I'm seeing? Throwing the receiver open, delivering the ball where only the receiver can make the play, having the receiver be able to turn his back and catch it at the back shoulder away from the defender, doing it quickly, decisively, pinpoint accuracy in the short range. This is where I say to some folks who, obviously have a lot of playing experience and I respect, but they had it in the past, is that I think quarterbacks do indeed, on certain routes, try to target certain shoulders. Coaches certainly emphasize it with certain routes. This is a nice play by Rypien. Again, subtle little details, play action pass, shoulder fakes, ability to make multiple reads, ability to process a situation with the coverage and where the leverage is and know that he needs to put it back shoulder, give his receiver a chance to turn away from the contact. Good job. Well, either Brett Rypien's game is on when it comes to his deep game, or he's a consistently accurate deep thrower, because this is another deep ball throw where he's able to deliver this ball over 45 yards in the air to his receiver in stride. Beautiful play. Now let's take a look at it in terms of a little subtle look off. He looks to his left and then watch him just a little bit of a turn to his right and looks just the briefest moment to the right to see if there's any defender that's going to be in the area for him that's going to work as ancillary coverage back to the left, and there is none. So he's patient, takes a little bit of a hit, but he gets rid of the ball beforehand. It's a nice play. Now the next play is a 47-yard throw that's general accuracy off the play action, but this is one where he takes the contact really just as he finishes and maybe doesn't follow through as much as you'd like to see. And the receiver has to go up and win this ball and ends up losing it with the defender making the play to kind of pull it through or swat it away, reach between the arms there. But you can see this is the 3rd vertical play and no worse than general accuracy here. And I honestly think if it weren't for the contact, it'd be pinpoint. Doesn't look like that Rypien was just on against Troy. Take a look at this 51-yard throw from pitch to catch. 7-step drop off the play action fake. Nice little one-handed play fake. Pressure up the middle. Delivers that ball. Takes the hit in stride to the receiver. Beautiful play. That little play fake there with the right arm. Back to the defense. Turns through the drop. Finishes up in rhythm. That's one of the things that I notice about Mark about Brett Rypien on a regular basis is that he plays in rhythm. He's in rhythm when he slides in the pocket. He's in rhythm when he goes from his second to third read. He's in rhythm when he pump fakes and goes to another player. He's in rhythm when he play action fakes and sets up for the deep route off the 5, 7, 3, 2, 1, whatever drop he's using, he's in rhythm. And that tempo is so important. It's something I don't see in a lot of quarterbacks who don't play with tempo. That tempo is something that really helps you. Even when things aren't going well, it's something to be able to hang on to. There are some players that I watch who may be more talented than Brett Rypien physically, but when the game starts to go awry due to conditions outside their control, they don't have the consistency because their game, they're not used to playing in that kind of tempo or rhythm of their game, not having a basic steady rhythm to their game. Brett Rypien has that. I like it. You want to see some eye discipline? Check out this corner route. It's a 26, 27-yard throw, pinpoint to the slot left receiver. It's a beautiful throw. It's even more impressive when you consider that you have the safety roaming over here to the left. But watch what he does. Looks to that left side. Now starts to look to the middle. So now he's looking to the middle. Now look at that turn. Now he turns even more to the middle. And he throws it to the left. And there's that safety who was shading over there pre-snap. See how the safety's sliding over to that hash, or to the flat. Slides over to that flat. Now the look off. Safety must have reversed his field because look where the safety is now. Safety got more depth towards the hash. This is really nice discipline here from Brett Rypien. Just really like what Rypien does, being able to look off that defender like that. I mean, oftentimes what you see from a look off is they look off here, come back to where they want to go, and throw it to where they want to go, as opposed to looking to the receiver you want to throw to, baiting the defense, and then throwing it without even going back to look. That's fantastic. Kind of pains me to mark down Brett Rypien for his accuracy in a lot of plays because I like what he's doing in terms of reading the field. But he has to have a better conceptual plan for how he's going to throw some of these routes. He's often only generally accurate with his throws. And this is a play where you could argue that it's just flat out inaccurate, even though you could also argue if this defender who is playing the shallower zone doesn't come underneath and cut this off, the receiver could make adjustment to this ball and make the catch, and it would be general accuracy. But the thing is Rypien has to look at this play and say, okay, we've got some zone defenders. They're playing outside shade here. We've got a zone defense that we're playing with. If I'm going to throw to a receiver streaking across the middle to the opposite flat, I need to throw this ball so it's over his head so he can continue to run underneath it and high enough so that nobody underneath in the coverage can cut this ball off. I mean, look where number 1 is. Number 1 isn't even anywhere near the outside flat. There he is. He's the inside flat near the hash. Throw this over towards the sideline. Let number 8 run underneath it. You do that, you have a huge play, maybe a touchdown. But you have to have a plan for how you're going to throw these types of routes. It's not good enough to just say, well, it would have been accurate if he accounted for this coverage. Well, if he accounted for this coverage, he would have thrown the ball so the receiver is looking it in where I have the cursor now, maybe a yard or two further downfield. While I have lingering questions with just how much Brett Rypien's accuracy is going to improve in certain facets, especially the intermediate and vertical ranges of the field, one of the things that I do like about his game is his pocket presence. This is a guy who knows how to reduce the shoulder, keep both hands on the ball, flush to a side, roll out, and just throw the ball away sometimes. But I mean, this is a good play on his part. Play action. What he's looking for doesn't come open on the right side. Sees the coverage leverage here, that triangle, pretty good with the two receivers that he has on that side. Feels that pressure inside, reduces the shoulder, climbs, and then continues to work to the outside, buys time, and then he sees his receiver turn upfield and he just throws the ball away based on the pressure and the coverage. It's a good job. Again, we don't see him throw the ball in this particular situation, but here we are in the red zone. Blitz gets through the interior right away. Nice little slide and reduction of the front shoulder. Looks downfield, doesn't see anything he likes, breaks the pocket, slides. Very nice job. Gets a nice gain. Sets them up, gets the first down. I mean, this is just smart play. Brett Rypien's a good decision maker on the whole. I think that's probably one of his strongest suits is his footwork, his decision making, his ability to see the field. I'm really impressed with a lot of that. If he could just get his accuracy to the point that's commensurate with his decision making and fundamentals, he'd be one of the best starters in this class in terms of one of the best prospects in this class and have a starter grade in terms of potential. He's definitely a guy to watch regardless. I really like his game. Here's some more good pocket play and in bad weather conditions with snow coming down. Nice little step right there. Sometimes quarterbacks take too many steps or they overreact to the pressure. He just takes a quick step in the pocket, hits number 7 in stride. That's what you want to see. You want to have a quarterback that has a feel for the pocket and understands how much to climb. Good timing there. Then check out this next play here. This should have been a touchdown. Well, we'll look at this play here. There we go. This little step up. You can see just how much snow's coming down, what the weather conditions look like here. I mean, it's rapidly changing here in Boise. And you can see with this one, nice step to the side here against interior pressure, resets, fires across the field, takes a hit, and this should have been caught. I mean, it's difficult conditions and everything. Ball's probably slick, but again, it's not pinpoint accurate. But this is equivalent of opposite hash, considering that he's now in the left flat and he's throwing to the right hash. Receiver should have caught it. But you can see he sees the field well. He has a good feel for pressure. I mean, look at that. Within a step of the defender, just slides, reduces the shoulder, both hands on the ball, looks downfield to his left, comes back to his right. This is good stuff. If he can just get this accuracy quotient just a little better, and he may not even need to get it a little better. He just may need to be at a level of play, in the NFL where receivers can erase some of the general accuracy issues that happen where it's like, yeah, are you within the area? Yes, the receiver can make the play. And I think that's kind of the case for him. Here's why I'm seeking pinpoint accuracy out of quarterbacks. Watch Brett Rypien here. You're going to see this slant to the right, and it's behind the receiver. Now you could say, receiver should have caught this ball, right? Turned back, got his hands on it. Absolutely. Totally correct. Should have caught this ball. But the corollary to this argument is Brett Rypien should have placed the ball where the slant is breaking. He does this, and the receiver is able to run downhill exactly as it's designed. The throw should be placed where the route is designed to go and where it's designed to be led. Now, let's understand, Rypien's under pressure. 91, coming inside the right tackle, about to reshape Rypien here, but he gets the ball out and follows through before he is physically reshaped with a hit to the waist, which, by the way, in the NFL, there's a lot fewer hits of this quality that I'm seeing happen to NCAA quarterbacks. The NFL has certainly changed this pretty dramatically over the past couple of years. Not saying good or bad, just noting that that's how it is. I think college quarterbacks have a tougher time in the pocket than they do in the NFL now, which is fascinating to me because I never would have thought that 5 years ago. But anyway, look at the way the receiver has to turn back to catch this ball. That's an uncomfortable position. It's a natural position. In fact, it's dang near Linda Blair in The Exorcist, kind of having to turn the head that way. So as much as I like Brett Rypien's ability to read the field, his ability to throw with contact coming towards him in terms of the form of pressure, ability to manipulate defenders, great footwork, great feel and timing and tempo. Love all that. You can't turn your receivers into The Exorcist. Can't do that and sustain production year after year. Case Keenum is a player who wasn't always pinpoint accurate, and he has some games, weeks, even a year in 2017 that was pretty strong, but he also had receivers help him out. And yes, I understand the NFL, you're going to have more receivers help you out, but you also have fewer quarterbacks who are solely general, sole accuracy is general accuracy. Now, Brett Rypien has a chance to develop his accuracy a little bit more and become a little more accurate than just generally accurate. But again, if you're going to rate a guy based on how he is right now, 9 out of 10 NFL fans who are watching a game can just simply tell you from watching TV that this wasn't a good throw. But it's interesting how when we're rating college quarterback prospects, that sometimes the same fans or different fans who are fans maybe of the team forget this fact, and they think it was good enough, he should have caught it. Yes, both are true. He should have caught it, and Brett Rypien should have thrown it better. One doesn't excuse the other. On the field it does. You'd say, yes, he should have caught this. But in the quarterback room, quarterback coach is like, yeah, you let that one get away from you. And there's too many of these throws on his tape. Going to need an exorcism. So when I talk about the difference between general and pinpoint accuracy, I also account for mitigating factors. This is a good example of a mitigating factor. The way it looks, this 30-yard pass, the receiver has to jump up and make this full extension. This would look like a general accuracy type of throw because the receiver had to work to get the ball. And he takes some punishment as well. Really nice catch by number 7 Richardson here. But the mitigating factor is the defender right here. If this throw were another foot lower, maybe if the defender were in position, could leap up and tip this pass. So you've got to get the ball over the shallow parts of the defense here. And when Rypien is beginning to make his throw, you can see that this defender is facing Rypien and doesn't turn until Rypien's already halfway through his release. So he's throwing, he's accounting for this defender right here and accounting for the possibility that he has to get it over that. And that requires an extension from number 7. And it's a comfortable enough extension that he's not leaping at full, at full height to get this. He just has to kind of reach in stride over his head and make the catch. It's a tough catch, but it's also requires that tough catch is required because of the defense right here. So I count this as a pinpoint accurate throw. It's a great throw. So when I say he's not quite, pinpoint accurate often enough, I count for situations like this as much as possible. In addition to some of the mitigating factors for accuracy that I discussed, this is a good example why I think a guy like Rypien has a chance to really develop better accuracy downfield because it's already there to a great extent. I mean, this is a terrific throw. On the move, 30 yards downfield, in stride to his receiver. I mean, it's got to be thrown over the defender. There's the trailing defender. It's got to be high enough because you're anticipating that the defender's going to be trailing on a route like this, when he's sitting to begin the route, playing that off coverage, accounting for the shallower potential of the route, and then breaking deeper. This is a good throw. And there's a lot of these throws in his repertoire. It's just that I would say it's kind of 50-50 between general and pinpoint when you look at his portfolio at this stage in terms of how I've been charting these games. So promising, he's just not quite there all the time. But based on the amount of times that he is there, I have more optimism for him than, say, some other prospects who, have similar issues. But maybe it's their game doesn't show enough promise in terms of this vertical element to be able to throw it as accurately or as close to pinpoint as what we see.